There's a lot of misconception out there about Dyson Daniels and his time in New Orleans. And ultimately, there was a big roadblock ahead of him that he just wasn't going to reach while he was on his Pelicans team. So I'm going to break that down right now in the Pelicans Scoop. Cue the music.
This is the Pelicans Scoop with Jordan Kitchens, breaking down everything under the sun about your New Orleans Pelicans. Smash that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe to stay on top of your Pels content. Now, running point, here's Jordan.
What is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another edition of the Pelicans Scoop. I am your host with the most, Jordan Kitchens. Welcome back, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. Sum everything up. Yesterday, I dropped a video about Dyson Daniels, about his recent, let's say, escapade on the media, and he did a couple interviews, well, a podcast and an interview, and it's a lot of mixed results, but I've also noticed there's a lot of misconceptions out there. There's a lot of misinformation out there, and I just want to clear all this up because that's the last thing, and that's things like I hate is that there's just so much misinformation and so much misconceptions out there. And truth of the matter is, there's billions of people on this planet. There's millions of people in America. And there's going to be maybe, 1,000 people that watch this video in the first place. So there's still going to be a lot of misconceptions. But for you guys, because I've noticed a lot of Hawks fans, a lot of Australian people, I guess. I don't know that's the right term to call you guys. Aussies. A lot of Aussies have been in my comments or whatnot. A lot of love, so I appreciate you guys, but let me just clear some things up. So I have some comments that I want to run through real quick. First comment I want to address is from @theyoungblood46. He says, Dyson needs to act like a pro and concentrate on playing for his new team. Hating on his old team that traded him accomplishes nothing for him. It makes him come across as bitter. He's in a good situation with the Hawks. Just be happy. And the Youngblood46, I have to disagree with you, man, because I don't really think that he's hating. I get it. He said what he said, but ultimately, it's kind of the truth of the situation. I said in the video yesterday, don't get me wrong. He's a hoe. He's a hoe for what he said. Excuse my language, but I wouldn't consider him bitter or whatnot. Like, yeah, he might have a little chip on his shoulder or whatnot, but like I don't think it was all that. Like, it's just the fact of the matter, and he's just stating the obvious. His team is fragile, right? I mean, I get it. He's talking about, there's something in the water, or it might be cursed, but the last 6 years, you cannot say the team has not been kind of cursed. You said the team got hamstrings, concussions, ankles, all that. You can look at the injury report. We got all those injuries currently right now, still. So there's always a truth. There's always a little bit of truth in everything, even if it is a joke. So that I kind of segues to the next comment that I want to read. So this comment comes from Nathan Fade 9305, and he comments, "Are you serious? Dyson was just making jokes. I know the Pelicans are bleep, but don't make it out like that's what Dyson was saying." And Nathan Fade 9305, obviously you didn't watch the video at all, because that's not what I was making it seem like he said. It's kind of what he said. And like I said in the other one, like, there's always truth in every joke. That's what makes it a joke, because it's kind of truthful. That's kind of the whole point. So regardless of the fact, I'm just telling you what he said. I'm not like putting words in his mouth, pause if needed. Like, I'm telling you what he said. It was a whole excerpt and a clip. Like, come on, man. Don't even do that, bro. Like, I'm not sitting here, and then if you actually watch the video, I said, is he wrong? Kind of no. He's wrong for the manner he might have went about it, but what he said, was it wrong? I don't think so. So you obviously didn't watch the video, and I said that multiple times in the video. But appreciate you for commenting, bro. Thanks. And then the last comment I want to address comes from Big O with the Jam 4333. Shout out Big O. He said, not a franchise point guard, put it in quotation from what I said. As a Hawks fan, I can't even hate on you for saying that, because I said something similar about DeAndre Hunter. But a franchise player or not, there's no denying that Dyson is a future all-defensive first-teamer and a very good secondary ball handler, which isn't bad. It wasn't a bad pick at 8th overall. And Big O, appreciate you for commenting, but that's the fact of the matter. And that's kind of what this whole video is about, your comments. So appreciate you for commenting, but this is what this video is about. That's the problem with the situation. Well, his situation in New Orleans. That's why he's thriving in Atlanta. Because the role that Dyson Daniels is playing right now for the Atlanta Hawks, not a franchise point guard. Y'all franchise point guard is Trae Young, something the Pelicans did not have, something the Pelicans drafted Dyson Daniels to be at 8th overall. They didn't draft Dyson Daniels to be Herb Jones, the kind of the role he's playing right now for the Atlanta Hawks. Off-ball defending guard. Trae Young has the ball in his hand. Honestly, talking about secondary ball handler, when I watch the Hawks games, Trae Young and Jalen Johnson has the ball in his hands a lot. He brings the ball a lot. Like, I'm not saying that Dyson, but like Jalen Johnson is whatever. But anyways, matter of fact, is that Dyson's role on this New Orleans Pelicans team, it was flawed from the jump. I'm not saying he wasn't a good top 10 pick, because obviously he's good. I mean, he's going to be a first team defensive guy for long. He averages like 3 steals right now. Like, he's a great player. But the Pelicans already had that type of guy, Herb Jones, who just was on first team all defenses last year. The only non-big man on the first team, Herb Jones. That's the role that Dyson would have had to be in on this Pelicans team, because they tried to make him a point guard, and he just wasn't that. He just wasn't that. Wasn't aggressive enough. I mean, and this thing though, when you look at Dyson's stats, he's pretty much the exact same guy he was on the Pelicans. He's just playing way more minutes now. Just in a starting role. Granted, I'm not sitting there saying Willie Green could ruin macaroni and cheese if you let him. Willie Green can't cook nothing. So I'm not even sitting there saying that Dyson would have elevated, because Willie Green has yet to show you, like, he's yet to show you anything that any type of strategical way to get a player to become better. All right. Willie Green, I showed you he can't do that. Quinn Snyder has skins on the wall. So he has, so I'm not even going to sit there and put Willie Green and Quinn Snyder in the same breath of fresh air. It's not worth it. The truth of the matter is, the Pelicans, I hate to say it, but they're really trying to make up for letting Lonzo Ball walk. They're really trying to if you really read between the lines, they wanted their best to try and turn Dyson Daniels into Lonzo Ball. Granted, Dyson Daniels was not no way near as gifted as a passer as Lonzo Ball, but Dyson Daniels is a good passer. His passing is a very underrated aspect about his game. Same way about Herb Jones. Passing is very underrated about his game. But they were trying to fill up that role, that void that Eric Bledsoe couldn't fill, that Lonzo Ball left, and that Kyra Lewis couldn't fill that role. So they were trying to turn Dyson into that. Another hybrid 6'7", 6'6" guy like Lonzo Ball to be the point guard of the future. And that just, as you can tell, that's just not what Dyson is. He's really a light-skinned Australian Herb Jones. Truth of the matter, he's a little bit better. It's the difference between him and Herb Jones, if you ask me. Herb Jones is he's more of an octopus on the defensive end. Dyson is a way better on-ball defender, point of attack. You want Dyson 90 feet, hand in there. That's what Dyson does. Herb Jones, you really want him, I'm going to say lurking around on the defense, but you want Herb Jones jumping passing lanes and rotating over. See the guy missing his assignment, Herb Jones going to come and fill that role. Do things like that. Herb Jones the cerebral IQ type of defense, like a middle linebacker on the defense. That's what you want Herb Jones more in. Dyson Daniels more like a cornerback, a really good hands-on. I be bringing football references into basketball, but that's just the truth of the matter. Herb Jones is more of like a captain of the defense. Dyson Daniels is that little annoying pest, right? Go get under your skin. He's just go get on like Jalen Brunson. We did Jalen Brunson the other night in the in-season tournament. Just do that. Herb Jones can do that. He does do that. But Herb Jones, you want Herb Jones just lurking, doing Herb Jones things. Guys, I know you know what I'm talking about. So Dyson, that just wasn't going to be his role in New Orleans. You already have Herb Jones. So it was great that he goes to a way better system with Quinn Snyder, team that has players that will unlock him. But that's true. He just wasn't going to do that here. Yes, it's an indictment on David Griffin. This is not no indictment on Dyson Daniels at all. It just didn't fit the timeline. This team needed a point guard. We need somebody to initiate the offense, do that. DeJounte Murray is the point guard. And granted, if he was playing with the two $30 million guys on the team right now, or really one, we seen what him and Brandon Ingram look like. I'm really talking about, y'all know who I'm talking about. If he ever cared, it would be nice to see what they look like. But regardless of the fact, I just want to make this known. You can't have a Herb Jones and a Dyson Daniels as your backcourt. In the modern NBA, my God, you're getting played off the court. 9 times out of 10. Easy money, you're getting played off the court. So it's just like a misconception that Dyson was going to become that. Like, there was no way. There was no fit. There's no fit. There's no fit for him. His fit was in Atlanta. That's why he's thriving. So people are like, no, he wasn't going to thrive here, man. Let him go spread his wings. It just wasn't going to work. The Pelicans drafted him to be this, and that's just what he wasn't. You have a Herb Jones already. You have a defensive off-ball guard. You need a primary ball handler. That just wasn't what Dyson was. It's not what he is now. Still isn't. He's not an offensive player. He's Herb Jones. Herb Jones is a little bit better shooting. I already said it earlier in the video, but yes, he will be a multiple first-team all defender. Herb Jones will be too. Herb Jones is older. Dyson is way younger. So it's picking apples and tomatoes, but there's no way the Pelicans could have got off Herb Jones after him winning first-team all defense. Literally the only non-big man on the first team. There was no way in the world. It was either Dyson or Herb, and they chose Herb. Ain't nothing wrong with that. That's just what it was. But the misconception that Dyson was going to become this franchise guard for the Pelicans just never wasn't going to happen. He needed to go somewhere where he can spread his wings. His fit in this Willie Green system for sure was dookie. And that's an indictment on Willie Green. Y'all know how I feel about it. There ain't nothing to talk about Willie Green, but I just want to clear some things up. So I just feel like there's a lot of misconception and misinformation out there about Dyson's time in New Orleans and really the timeline and the fit. It's like, no, he's a great player, but the fit timeline here, obviously it stinks. So let's get him out the stink, man. So I appreciate you guys for commenting. Appreciate you guys for showing love. Like I said, like, comment, subscribe. Smash the bell notification so you know when I'm driving, man. I'll be seeing you guys hopping there early. So appreciate all that. I'm your host, Jordan Kitchens. I'm signing out. Peace.